He imagined the audience's guffaws of laughter as the cast rushed in and out of the lounge, each one tripping over the cat, each one saying in a stage whisper, "Whatever you do, don't mention the dead daughter, sister, niece." Cat howls, kitchen door swings on its hinges. "Who's dead?" someone would ask. "The aunt, sister's daughter, sister's sister," another would say. "You mean the vicar's daughter's son, sister, surely?" Without warning, he barked out a laugh, his chest heaving as if he might be sick. His mother squeezed his hand tighter. She didn't speak. She didn't need to. They were part of the same black comedy, rushing headlong into a parallel universe. When they had left London, all bundled into Megan's car, every passing mile had moved them further from the reality they all knew. A reality they could never return to, not ever. "I'll pop the kettle on, shall I?" his aunt asked, making a break for the kitchen. If she wasn't making tea, she was just popping to the shops, no doubt desperate to escape the cloying fog that had descended over her house. Her hair was dragged back in a severe bun. She wasn't wearing any makeup, and her clothes were hanging off her thin frame. If anyone looked like a grieving parent, it was her. The two sisters were near identical, though his mother was the rounder sibling. However, in contrast to Claudette's washed-out state, Aaron's mother, the vicar's wife, was camera-ready. Her hair resembled a brown motorcycle helmet, and her pinched, fox-like features had been plastered with a putty-coloured foundation, topped off by 2 pink swathes of blusher. The combination of perfume and hairspray had formed a noxious fog around them. Cinderella and one of the ugly sisters, Aaron thought as another bubble of laughter started to rise up in his throat. He had to get a grip. "I'll help her," Megan said, getting to her feet and heading off towards the kitchen. "And I'm going to make you a sandwich. You need to eat," she said, stroking his cheek as she passed. "Mrs. Jones? Reverend Jones, can I get you something?" Aaron looked at his mother. Her eyes were glazed over. His father had picked up a newspaper and was staring at it, although his eyes weren't moving. "You should eat," he said to his mother. "Both of you need to eat." "I'll tell you what," Megan said, her voice so soft it was almost soporific. "I'll sort out a selection of stuff, and you can pick and choose. Okay?" Aaron managed to smile and nod as she left the room, his gaze settling on the fire spluttering and dying in the grate. It wasn't his place to revive it. This wasn't his home anymore. He was just a kid when they moved. He and Pippa had been born in the kitchen, much to his mother's dismay. They had both taken their first steps in this room. Pippa had been first. She did everything first. Cassie said she just stood up one day after church and walked from the sofa to the rocking chair his father was sitting in, as if she had been doing it every day of her young life. Without thinking, Aaron reached up and fingered the depression in his skin just above his left eyebrow. It had taken another 3 months before he even attempted walking. According to Cassie, he had taken one faltering step before toppling headfirst into the hearth. "Head wounds bleed like hell," his sister would say, "and I should know. I had to clean it up." He closed his eyes and took a deep breath in through his nose. The smell was so familiar, warm, dry and earthy, the thick cottage walls absorbing every scent during the day, only to release them again in the evening. It was as if the house breathed with them. He wondered if it could sense pain, if it soaked up emotions as well. "Sugar?" Claudette called from the kitchen. "No," he said for the 100th time. "Mum has a sweetener and Dad has his black. No sugar." He heard the clatter of plates and cutlery and the banging of cupboard doors, Megan's voice an accompanying murmur. No doubt she was trying to talk to his aunt. Megs believed it was important to share your feelings. He snorted. Claudette would be squirming. She didn't like to admit she had feelings, let alone talk about them.